Welcome to Survivor Not By Chance podcast, where we share survivor stories. Every story is different, every journey is different, but yet we are all survivors. We survive not by chance, but we survive because we fought to survive. Now it's time for us to thrive. Let's get started. Welcome back, everybody. It has been such a long time since I recorded a show, but we are back. Survivor Not By Chance podcast. Let me tell y'all, this is going to be an absolutely amazing episode. Thank you so much to all the viewers. Thank you so much to everyone that has supported me along the way. I truly, truly, truly appreciate you. And to hear more, if you can, please like and subscribe to my Survivor Not By Chance YouTube channel, as well as my Facebook and Instagram Survivor Not By Chance. So we have an amazing special guest. Her name is Maisahwise, and she is a wise woman. Oh my goodness. Wait till y'all hear her story. This woman has survived so much along the way. Maisahwise is the founder of Wise Connection, and she has endured and overcome so many obstacles. She is a motivational speaker who is intentional with pouring out positivity into others, creating healthy relationships, emphasizing the power of manifestation in prayer, and the importance of self-love through affirmations, quotes, and more. On August 8th, 2022, she was diagnosed with breast cancer after surviving a horrific car accident, which blinding her in her left eye, which she now wears a prosthetic eye. She didn't allow her either of these challenges or obstacles to alter her faith. And she has continued to be a survivor not by chance. And so I just want to show you all really briefly a quick video that Maisa does every Monday. It's called Mammo Monday. And if you can, please follow her on Instagram, where she's to provide so many updating information and facts on breast cancer and how it affects different people. And I see we have a Facebook user. I'm part of another group now. We'll try to get back. No worries. You come back when you can. We will leave this recorded up there. Thank you for joining in. So I want to play this quick video. And if you all will just take a moment and just listen to what she has to say, it's absolutely amazing.
Peace and blessings, my beautiful people. Happy Mammo Monday. Ladies, if you haven't had your mammogram this year, I want you to ask yourself how important your life is to you. If you've been consistently putting this off month after month after month, or year after year after year, I want you to ask yourself, how important is my life to me? Because if you cherish your life the way you should, then you would stay on top of your breast health. You would stay on top of your health in general, because there are many silent killers out here. Number one silent killer is heart disease. Number two silent killer is cancer. Be proactive about your breast health. Be your breast self and go get your mammograms, and make sure you're doing your self breast exams, and stay blessed.
So it is my pleasure. I am so honored and grateful to have the wise Maisahwise here. Thank you so much for joining us today, Queen.
Thank you so much, Queen. I am so honored to be here. First and foremost, thank you for having me. Getting back to Survivor Not By Chance podcast. When we first met, I did the podcast, and it was amazing. We had such a great time, and to, be here once again as you start off a new season. I am really honored and I'm grateful. And thank you to everybody that's tuning in. Share this with somebody, because everybody that's tuning in knows somebody who had a scare with breast cancer, or who has survived breast cancer, or has, passed away due to, you know, breast cancer. So, we are forever grateful for all of you. Thank
Yes.
you.
Absolutely, my pleasure. And I also have the mental health hotline down here. A lot of people do suffer from seasonal depression during this time,
Mm-hmm.
and not only that, but a lot of people are going through different challenges in their lives. So, if
Mm-hmm.
you are in a situation where you need immediate help, please reach out to the mental health hotline, eight seven
Yes.
seven 726 4727. It can change and
Oh,
save your life working on your mental health. So,
oh,
Maisa,
hold on. I just lost my light, y'all.
oh, no worries. You're good,
Thank you,
Queen.
cousin. I had to
All
get me a
right.
water.
So, Maisa, if
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can, please tell us specifically about the type of breast cancer you were diagnosed with.
So I was diagnosed with invasive lobular carcinoma, which is a breast cancer that invades the lobules of our breasts. Most breast cancers that are more common are invasive ductal, um, HER2 negative, triple negative. Those are more, the popular breast cancers. Invasive lobular is more of a quote unquote white woman's or European woman's breast cancer. Not too many women of color are diagnosed with this type of breast cancer. However, more over the last few years, there have been a more increasing number of women of color being diagnosed with this specific type of breast cancer. So you can say that it's very rare. And it's rare, especially in the way that my cancer was found. Typically with invasive lobular carcinoma, we're going to call it ILC for short. Normally with ILC, you normally is found with a lump. My ILC was found with calcifications, which were called lobular carcinoma in situ, which said that I had a high risk of developing breast cancer.
Mm,
So that's how we got to the whole phase of me finding out that I even had breast cancer, is because when I went for my mammogram, I didn't have any lumps or anything like that. I had calcifications, and the radiologist didn't think that they were suspicious, but because I had two sets of them, he just wanted to biopsy them because I was only, 40 years old. And through that, that's how we discovered the LCIS. And then me having the ILC through, we found out having the lumpectomy. And that's how
mm,
we found out I had that. And that was just, something in itself, because, when you find out that you have breast cancer, you are a little shocked. For someone like me, I'm an ultrasound technician. I've been dealing with breast cancer patients for a very long time, 17 years, or 16 at the time. And so I knew that, God forbid, if this ever happened to me, that I would do a double mastectomy. But knowing what I know now, it's just not about cutting off your breasts when you have breast cancer, cutting off, the breast tissue. It's also about how you're living your life and your lifestyle,
mm.
because what many people, fail to realize, don't want to realize, or are in denial about, is that a lot of, these diseases and viruses and illnesses that we are faced with and diagnosed with, is because our food and what is put in our food. And, we have to be diligent in making sure that, if we are diagnosed with these type of things, that we are also taking care of ourselves every single day.
Yeah,
Yes, we may be going to the doctor and getting this treatment, but if you're getting this treatment, but what are you doing on a day-to-day basis?
right.
So for me, that was something in itself. And it was a struggle, because I know that I'm supposed to eat a certain way, but then when you have your oncologist tell you that, oh, you can eat whatever you want, knowing that that's incorrect, you kind of, you're questioning everything a little bit. Like, wait a minute, I know that I'm not supposed to eat these things, but my doctor who is treating me for this, which is supposed to help cure me, is not doing that. And so it was a bit of a roller coaster. It has been a bit of a roller coaster ride. I had to advocate for myself because my doctor was not listening to me, didn't want to hear me, would question the things that I had questions about, or never could give me straight answers or give me concrete information. If I, okay, you want me to do radiation, okay, but if I cut off my breast, if I doing chemo, if I'm thinking about doing hormone therapy, why do I still need to do radiation?
Mm.
And I wasn't given enough answers. I was only told, well, due to these last 30 years of research, this is why they recommend this. But what about the research done in the past 5 to 10 years? I know research is they're researching, especially breast cancer and all forms of cancer yearly. These things are updated. So this is all that you're bringing me, is this type of information? And you expect me to agree with this? No, I'm okay. I'll pass. And me saying that to my doctor, I noticed even a shift in how we interacted, because I didn't want to do what they recommended. And, every time I would go, is, well, you should do this. Well, you should do this, but I just told you that I didn't want to do that. I told you that that was not a part of my plan. I continue to tell you that, and you are not hearing me. You're not
Mm.
listening to anything I'm saying, on top of still dealing with the fact that I have breast cancer.
Yeah.
These doctors forget that we're still human beings and we still have feelings. We still have feelings, and
Right.
you're making tough decisions in such a short amount of time because they want you, okay, well, you have some time, but okay, but what are you going to do? Or what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Give me a minute to process this. I'm still processing this information. I'm still trying to live with the fact that this actually happened to me.
So let me ask you this. How did you feel when you first got your diagnosis?
Which diagnosis? The LCIS or the breast cancer?
Breast cancer, and then we'll go into the LCIS.
Okay, so when I was diagnosed with breast cancer, when I got the phone call, I remember it. I was sitting on my couch. Excuse me. I was planning because the next day we were having game night at my house. So we were planning out the menu, what we were going to cook and everything. Excuse me. And I was twisting my son's hair, and I got a phone call from my doctor, which I was expecting because I had the biopsy, the week before. And she said, you're positive. And I'm I was, what? And my son is sitting on the floor between my lap, between my legs, and I'm holding his hand. I'm like, I'm holding the phone. What? Wait, what? And I'm like, okay. And I said, okay, so what's next? And she goes, I mean, you need to call this person, and then they're going to direct you to do such and such and such and such. So she told me I needed to call the nurse navigator, which is someone who helps direct the patients to let them know the processes along the way. I hung up the phone and I continued his hair for a few minutes. And then I got up and I went in the room and I grabbed Babe and I told him. And I just stood there and I cried and I said, I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I can't believe it's like, this is really happening. It's like, this is really happening. That's what I kept saying. This is really happening. And then I said, okay, I know what I got to do. I know what I have to do. Okay. But it's a feeling of uncertainty.
Yeah.
It's a feeling of uncertainty because in that moment, and even when I'm laying there and I'm up this, a couple of hours later after finding out that this is indeed positive, going into my chart in the hospital and actually looking and seeing everything, seeing the margins and reading the report. um it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a lot that night. I remember laying on the couch and everybody was sleeping by this time. And I remember laying on the couch and just crying
Mm.
because I really couldn't believe it. And I'm just thinking, oh my goodness, my sons, my mother. But I'm
Mm.
just thinking about, um, everybody around me and also myself. But I'm just also thinking about everybody around me, you
Yeah.
know, um, my tribe, my people. Um, because I'm not in this alone. Um, Oops, I just went out again.
It's okay. I remember when you called me, or I don't know if you text me or you called me, and
Mm,
it was it was tough to
hmm.
receive in that moment. But I just continued to pray with you and knew that you were going to be well and that you was going to make it out of this. And I just continued to have a positive mindset. And I'm just so grateful that you are a
Yes,
survivor, not by chance.
yes, 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 yes. You are definitely a part of my tribe. Thank you for being there, being consistent, in those moments when I was afraid to be vulnerable. You would tell me it's okay to be vulnerable. You do not have to be strong every single moment because that's what is expected, but that is still being strong. Being vulnerable is strength.
Yeah.
And so thank you for always reminding me, even though I know it, but thank you for reminding me of that because you do forget um you do forget that you start to cry and then it's like, oh no, let me stop crying. But no, I need to get this out because I've been holding this in for so long and I just want to scream.
Yes.
um because life is still going on. You still have to do your day to day.
Right.
The daily routine still has to go on. So it's a lot.
Yeah.
However, being vocal, already having that background and knowing how to release my emotions at
Yeah.
certain times, speak life into myself, allowing myself to receive when people speak life into me, uh, definitely was a help.
Yeah.
Definitely was a help because if I didn't have that and know those tools, but prior to, I'm telling you, this would have definitely been a totally different out. It would have been a different journey. It
Yeah.
definitely would have been a different journey.
And you are
Yeah.
such a positive light. Like, I want to honor you in this moment,
Oh, thank you.
Queenie. I really want to honor you in this moment because you, through your entire journey, while you were going through your treatments, every Monday, you would go online and talk about Mammo Monday and encourage
Mhm.
other women to go and get their mammograms. I remember when I got my first mammogram and I had
Mhm.
my experiences, and
Yes.
you were literally right there for me through my
Mhm.
whole process and my whole journey. And I want to thank you so much because that was a scary
Welcome.
process for me during that time. I've never talked to anybody about it, but thank you for
Mhm.
being a light and shining to others, even
You're
though you were
welcome.
going through what you were going through. Let me acknowledge some of these comments. It's so many comments coming in.
Oh, really?
All
Oh,
so much for watching. I really appreciate
thank
you
you
all.
guys.
It's so many people giving you hearts,
Oh,
praying hands.
blessings, guys,
Um,
blessings. I love you all.
I
Thank you.
see Daria, she said the relationship between diet and illness is real. Queen Taharia said, "Oh wow, I see more hearts." Yes,
Oh,
she
hi,
is. My
Queen.
sis is a survivor. Yes, Miss
Yes.
Queen Maisa is a survivor, not by chance. Yes, and
My
Daria
girl.
says, "Love you, Maisa."
I love you, sister.
Queen
That's what
Jeray
she's
says,
my.
yes. Uh, tears are healing. Yes, tears are healing, y'all.
Yes,
Tears
yes.
are healing. The only reason I'm fighting mine's back right now in this moment is because we got to keep the show going. But I'll release
Going
it later.
right.
Okay? I will
Yes,
release
yes.
it later.
Thank you all. Thank
And so
you.
many hand claps and sunflowers and more hearts. Oh,
Oh,
we
yes.
appreciate you all so much
Oh,
for
yes.
watching. Thank
Blessings,
you so
everyone.
much for
Blessings.
this. All right, Queen.
Mm,
So you have done a phenomenal job with not only
mm,
your own healing journey, but with helping others heal. So I want to talk a little bit more about you helping others heal.
mm.
What made you come up with Mammo Monday?
Um, because as being a ultrasound technician, I notice how women in general, not just women of color, women in general didn't take care of themselves in that way and getting their mammograms, Um, and so for me, I said, okay, if you don't understand the importance of it, why are you going to do it?
Right.
Because when you go to the doctor, they just tell you, okay, yeah, get your mammals, yeah, check your breast, and that's it, and you going about your business. But it's the importance of it is not stressed or emphasized enough. So I said, okay, if they don't know how are they going to know? So let me start doing this. And I would post, randomly about mammograms and breast cancer awareness and things like that. But I said, no, once I was diagnosed with it, I said, no, I have to be intentional. So the Mammo Monday, and that's how the Mammo Monday was birthed. And so I just, different things that I know, um, different facts, just things I tell based on my experiences, and that's what what Mama Monday is about. And I get so much love and so much feedback from so many women who would say, oh, I didn't realize that, or no one ever told me this. Even as far as I'll break down, when you have to go for additional imaging, why they're calling you back, because a lot of times they just tell you, oh, go back for more pictures, but they don't break it down to explain to you why. And so many patients get so upset about that. I've had patients cry to me when in my room before I scan them, because they're like, oh my god, if my doctor would have just told me this, I wouldn't have been going crazy for the past 2 weeks. That's
Mm,
all that this, just communicating with these people. So this is why I do it, to educate all of us on the importance of it. And so when you go in to have your memo, you know what? I remember Maisa said this. Let me ask this question. So that's why I love doing this. So, everyone, make sure you tune in Memo Monday at Maisahwise. Yes,
right
ma'am.
there, down at the bottom of the screen, y'all.
Yes, yes.
Please go follow Maisa. She is a absolutely positive, motivating, inspirational person, and she can inspire you in so many ways. Talk about inspiration, Queen. Okay, let's talk about. Wait, before I get there, let me check these comments real quick. I see Facebook user says, "Bless you." Bless
Oh,
you,
bless
dear.
you.
Daria says, proud of you both. Thank you, Queen. I appreciate
Thank
that.
you, sister.
We have a YouTube user says, thanks for sharing your story. Definitely getting my mammogram. Queen
Yeah.
Artisha, thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
Um,
Yes.
we have Daria. She says, thank you for being a light this world needs. I agree.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you.
Thank you
Oh,
for
thank
being
you. I
the light
appreciate
this
that.
world needs, Queen.
Mm.
And then Daria says, keep going, Queens, keep inspiring, keep loving, keep healing, keep fighting. Yes, that's right.
Yes.
I
All of
appreciate you,
that.
Queen. Come
Yes,
through.
all of that. Yes, come through.
All right. So let's talk about your inspiration, like your motivational speaking, because you, Queen, you have been speaking across the
Yes.
country, okay? Not just online, but literally you have had the opportunity to speak in multiple places. So if you can, please share some of the things that some of the events you have had the opportunity to speak
Oh,
at.
thank you. Thank you so much. So I've spoken at numerous events. I've spoken at events, breast cancer awareness events, multiple domestic violence events. I've spoken at, actually, as of recently, I spoke at a breast cancer symposium that was held at the University of Pittsburgh, where there were doctors, researchers, clinicians, patient advocates like myself. And told my story as an independent patient advocate. And it was an amazing, amazing experience. And also just to interact with doctors who are interested, in my story, because as a woman of color with this type of breast cancer that's rare, they are interested in, also because I explained, the issue that I had with my oncologist, and they want to figure out a way that we can stop this from happening. So, the opportunity, and I'll possibly maybe going to speak at another one. I'm going to claim that right now.
Ain't no possible. You going, Queen.
I'm going. It's mine. Yes. So I love it. I just love to um see how I leave people,
Mm.
the impression that I leave people, leave upon them when I speak and I tell my story, and they see us now as human beings, because sometimes people don't really see you as a human being with feelings, they don't see you as that. So I appreciate that and I love that. And I am so grateful for when they say, what you said touched me and inspired me, and I'm now going to do this. Just like this young lady said, I'm going to go get my mammogram. That's why I do what I do, because it's you taking care of yourself. And that's what it's about, taking care of self at any cost, even if you're afraid. I always tell people it doesn't matter if you're afraid. It's scary. But
Mhm.
wouldn't you rather know now than knowing when it has spread to other parts of your body? Because that's when now you have to really, and no one wants to go to that place. So let's be proactive, So speaking at these places, I really enjoy it. I love it. I speak at different pop-up shops, all types of events, I'm looking forward to speaking at some schools, because we need to start at a very young age. You should honestly start having, as soon as they start getting the little buds, they should be checking, because you never know. You want them to get familiar just as well as your young men. Males should also check their chests, for lumps and things, because men can get breast cancer as well. So, I'm looking forward to speaking in schools and bringing that awareness there, because it's definitely needed. They don't really talk about it. They do breast cancer awareness. You can wear pink one day, but they're not really talking about it and explaining to these children the importance of it, and even the staff as well. So, yeah.
Yes, thank you
Hmm.
so much for sharing that, Queen. I'm
No
so proud of
problem.
you. And I
Thank
know
you.
you're going to be speaking that more, okay? That's just the
Hmm.
first, and it's going to be plenty more to come.
Yes, yes.
So
I received that.
I want to speak really quickly because a lot of people don't know what breast exams are. So if you
Okay.
can just talk about what is a breast exam?
Okay, so a breast exam is when you are checking your breast yourself. You do it every month, about 7 to 10 days after the first day of your period. Okay, you do that every month, and the purpose of it is for you to get familiar with how your breast feels. The question I always get asked is, well, if I do it, I don't know what I'm feeling. If you do it every month and you're consistent, then you'll know when something is abnormal. You will know automatically. that is there. And some women have lumpy breasts. That's okay, because if you are familiar with all of your lumps in your breasts, you will know when a new one is there, or one that has grown is there. So you want to make sure you do it every month, and you can do it in the shower, you can do it while you're laying down. And even though you can't really see me, you can't see me, you put your arm above your head, and you just take the opposite hand and you feel around your breasts. You go like this. Use your fingers and you feel around and you feel around and you go all the way till you get to the nipple. And also make sure that you squeeze the nipple. What a lot of people don't understand is that your breast can get infected. You can have an infection in your breast. So sometimes if your breasts are really hot, you they may be itchy. Sometimes that's an infection that's going on in your breast. And sometimes with an infection, there may be a cloudy discharge from your nipple, or sometimes there may be even blood from the nipple discharge. So you always want to make sure you squeeze the nipple as well. And so when something is not normal, automatically. That is extremely important. Extremely important.
Thank you so much for explaining that, because a lot of us don't know what a self breast exam is. And this is just going to give more people information so that they can start monitoring themselves before they get to the place where they have to go to the doctor.
Yes.
And you're at a space where it's at a higher stage. So Maisa is absolutely giving y'all real information. Please do your research as well so that you can learn how to do it yourself, so that you can monitor everything. Let me look at some of the comments real quick. Michael says the test became your testimony. So proud of you, Samantha.
Thank you, King. Thank you, King. Yes.
And then we have Phyllis Marie says,
oh, that's my auntie.
Oh, she says, thank you for sharing your testimony and encouraging women to be courageous and getting their mammograms.
Yes, thank you. Love you, auntie. Thank you.
And we have Artisha, she said, and rarely do we hear about that happens next. Hearing what happens next helps helps with the removing of the fear and the idea of a life sentence.
Yes.
And then we have another Facebook user says, yes, thank you. KY says, feel under your arm as well. The arm.
Yes. The excellent. Yes. Thank you, Ma. Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, Miko.
Yes. You have to feel under the arms.
Under the arm. Yes.
We have lymph nodes inside our armpits.
Yes.
So be sure that if you have any if you get any lumps in your armpits, that you need to make sure you get that checked out as well. Because breast cancer doesn't always just affect the breast, but it can also be in the lymph nodes under your arms.
Yes. Thank you for that, Ma. Thank you. I forgot about that one.
Yes. And we also have Queen Artesia says, wow, with hearts. And we have Phyllis Marie. She says, love and proud of you, blessed Queen. Oh, that's so beautiful.
Thank you.
All right, Queen. So I'm just going to take a little break real quick just to talk about the event that I'm in real quick. So I am in a competition, and basically the competition I'm in is if you vote and you make a donation, the donations go towards the Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation. So please, yes, sis. So the donations go towards Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation. And as you all see, I am so grateful that I have my sis here with me. And these donations are going to help others who may have been or is currently in situations like Queen Maisa with breast cancer. This is an amazing cause, and there are so many people who are affected by breast cancer. Breast cancer does not have a specific type. Any person can be affected by breast cancer. It can be a male or a woman. It can be any race, any age. Breast cancer has no specifics in regards to attacking that body. So if you can, please, you can vote for me free every day, as well as you can make a donation. Those donations go towards the Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation. And that is something, that is a cause that I am absolutely supportive of, and so grateful that I have the opportunity to share this with my sis. All right, Queen.
Thank you so much. Oh, that is beautiful. That is beautiful. Thank you. Oh, my heart is so full right now. Mm,
My pleasure. Like
yes.
literally, when I thought about starting the show and opening it, I'm like, I didn't know who I should get. And then the one person that I was going to get, like our timing didn't align. I'm like, wait a minute. I gotta acknowledge my sis. It's breast cancer awareness month. Like we have to do this to show people you are a survivor, not by chance. And I just want to let
Yes.
the audience know, everyone that's watching, you all are survivors, not by chance. This brand is for all survivors.
That's right.
Anything that you survive, I want you to remember, you did not survive by chance. You survived because you fought to survive. Now it's time for you to thrive. And Queen Maisa is the
Mhm.
pure example of being a true survivor. Okay. I want to ask the audience really quickly, does anyone have any questions for Queen?
Mhm.
Does anyone have any questions? Because I want to make sure that
Yes.
we are answering any questions that we may
Mhm.
have for her. You can also find her on Instagram, and the Instagram is Maisahwise, and it's spelled
Mhm.
Maisahwise.
Mhm.
All right, so I have more people saying, I got your back.
Yes. Thank
Um,
you.
that was K Wise. And then I see a whole bunch of
Hello.
hearts. All right.
Love you back.
So, Queen, let's talk
Yes.
really quickly about I know you have some upcoming events. Actually, no, you have it was something you told me earlier that you wanted to discuss. I want to make sure I don't forget. It's about a foundation.
That was some. Oh, that was for us to talk about it. On the side, like to set up a call to talk about
Oh,
that.
no, 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 not that. That's something different. I know
Right.
that you have you just walked in the breast cancer awareness on Sunday.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. So, oh, that was actually who we walk who the foundation I did it with was the social club I'm with, Black Girls Social Club.
Okay.
So we're raising money through there. That's not an actual foundation, it's a social club. Yeah.
Okay.
But I am working on something, but I'm not going to speak on that yet.
It's coming
Yes.
into fruition. We're
It's
just
coming
not ready
into
to
fruition.
disclose.
Yes.
We're not ready to
Yes.
disclose.
Yes. Yes. Mhm.
Queen, I am so grateful and so honored that you
Thank
took the
you.
time out of your schedule to sit with us and talk with us. Please give the audience some wise words before we
Mm.
leave.
Ooh, ooh. You know what? Every day, just stay true to yourself as best as you can. That's really hard at times because we feel as though we have to be all of these people to everybody. And what I'm learning is that that's not what we're supposed to do. We're
Mm,
first supposed to be all of that and everything to self
mm,
first.
mm.
And it's
Yeah.
not easy, but happiness doesn't come easy, right? Because we
Mm,
have lived so many years living in a depressive state. So every day when you wake up and you thank your creator for opening your eyes and allowing you to see another day, try to be the best version of yourself. Whatever that looks like for you, Be true to you first. Treat you kindly first.
Mm.
Treat you kindly first. Look at yourself in the mirror every day and say, I love you. I love you. When no one else will, I love you. That's what Maisahwise is going to leave you with.
Yes, y'all, you see what I'm saying right here? Do y'all see what I'm talking about? How positive she is and how she uplifts not just others but herself. That was absolutely amazing,
Thank
Queen. I'm
you.
so
Thank you for
grateful for
having me.
you.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having me. Vote for my sister. She's winning this. And let me tell you, it's a few women that I know that is running, and I'm not voting. I haven't voted for them. I haven't voted for them. Uh-uh.
Queen.
No shade. I'm wishing them well, but I'm not. I have my winner right here. I have my winner. So make sure you guys go vote, donate. It's a great cause. Everything that this woman is doing is amazing. She doesn't like to, I'm going to share something. She just did a retreat and in Costa Rica, and from what I heard, it was
Dominican
amazing.
Republic.
Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
Why did I say Costa Rica?
Maybe that's next.
Wow. And Dominican Republic, and from the testimonies and from the women, some of the women I know that went, and from what they said, it was an amazing, amazing experience. True healing went on, and it's still going on. So, I'm grateful for this young lady. Make sure you all follow her because she's doing some amazing things as well. And that's what we're all doing. It's about healing each other, uplifting one another. That's what our purpose is in life, is to do that. you know because if you don't heal, how do you know what true happiness is?
Mm-hmm.
You have to break these walls down. You have to stop living and feeding off of that old trauma, and leaning on that, and making excuses about that. No, it's enough of
Mm.
that. So let's continue to keep healing. If you need some help, that number that sis put up, call that number. Some people are afraid. A lot of people in our community don't believe in therapy. I'm grateful that a lot of us are starting to go and get the help that we need. But if you are not ready to step out that way, call that number, because you are anonymous. So do
Let
that.
me put the number back up on the screen, y'all. Right here. Mental
Yes.
health hotline is 1-877-726-4727. And please do not be afraid to reach out
Mhm.
for help. Please do not be afraid to reach
Mhm.
out for help, because if you don't reach out for help, you will never be able to heal the way that you need to heal. And we all can heal on our own, but sometimes we need
You need
additional
help.
healing from others who have been there or who have had the opportunity to be trained to help us.
Mhm.
I'm typing in the comments now, so that you all can reach out. And then, even if you don't feel like you need to reach out right now in this moment, just take down the phone number and
Mhm.
save it for a day where you may not be feeling like yourself. And then call
Mhm.
this number when you need help. And there are trained professionals there to help you through this process. All right, y'all. So
Yes.
I will be recording again next week, Monday. I am going to be bringing y'all some
Yes.
amazing people this season. I am so excited because this season is going to be like the top of all the seasons. First, we started
Yes.
out with Queen Maisahwise, okay?
Set the tone. Set the
Period.
tone. Yes. And it's just up, up, up.
Yes.
Mhm. Yes.
And we will be recording next week, Monday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That guest I have, her name is Dom B. She is a
Mm.
R&B artist, and she's going to be
Mm.
talking about how she survived going through the industry with still learning how to be authentically herself. And that is amazing all in its own self. So
Mhm.
I'm looking forward to having her on the show next week. And again, thank you. Thank you again, Queen. We really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much to all the viewers, each and every one of you that
Yes.
made comments, that liked, that shared. We truly
Mhm.
appreciate you here at
Yes.
Survivor Not by Chance. And we will be looking forward to seeing you all again next week. Have a great evening. And remember, you are never alone. You are a survivor, not by chance. You survived because you fought to survive. Now it's time for you to thrive. Peace and blessings.
Peace and blessings.